A woman who once dined at Mar-a-Lago with Donald and Melania Trump at New Year's Eve, who once served as a United Nations ambassador, and who says she flew on Jeffrey Epstein's plane as a teenager, is now sitting in a penthouse in Rio de Janeiro, threatening to tear down the entire system surrounding the first family. And Melania Trump's sudden and unscheduled press conference last week suggests the White House is taking that threat very seriously. This story has everything: Epstein, ICE detention, a bitter custody battle, a Trump inner circle ally, a deported model, and a first lady who almost never speaks publicly, stepping in front of cameras without warning to deny connections to a convicted sex trafficker. Let us give you the full picture. Amanda Ungaro is a 41-year-old Brazilian former model. She was born in Londrina, Brazil in 1984 and began modeling at 13 years old. At 17, she boarded a flight from Paris to New York on a private jet owned by Jeffrey Epstein. Her French modeling agent at the time, Jean-Luc Brunel, who was later identified by the U.S. Justice Department as Epstein's scout in Brazil, arranged the flight. There were approximately 30 young women on that plane. Ungaro told the Brazilian newspaper O Globo that when she boarded, she was a little scared when she saw all those girls. She said some of them sat on Epstein's lap. Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's longtime associate who is now in federal prison for sex trafficking, appeared very much at ease with the other passengers. Ungaro said she kept to herself and was not personally assaulted, but the experience left an impression. When she landed in New York, Ungaro was signed to ID Models, an agency founded by a man named Paolo Zampolli, an Italian-born businessman who was a fixture of New York City nightlife throughout the 1990s and 2000s, alongside Donald Trump. Zampolli is widely credited as the person who introduced Melania Knaus to Donald Trump at the Kit Kat Club in 1998, the moment that led to their eventual marriage. Ungaro began a romantic relationship with Zampolli when she was 19. They were together for nearly 2 decades and had a son together, now 16 years old. During Trump's first term in office, Zampolli became a fixture of the Trump social world. His Instagram described himself as a friend of the president for more than 30 years and a friend of the First Lady for 29 years, adding, "Loyalty is king." Ungaro herself moved in those circles. She told O Globo that when Trump won in 2016, Zampolli acted like he had been elected too. She described being invited to New Year's parties at Mar-a-Lago, where she and Zampolli sat at the same table as Donald and Melania, just the 4 of them and one other couple. Through Zampoli's connections to the White House, Ungaro was even appointed to ceremonial diplomatic roles, serving as an ambassador of Grenada to the United Nations. Photos from events during Trump's first term show Ungaro and Zampolli together at high-profile Washington functions, including events at the Kennedy Center, where Zampolli sits on the board of trustees. The same man who introduced Melania to Donald Trump was also, according to Justice Department documents, someone whose name appears multiple times in the Epstein files. Zampolli has acknowledged that Epstein's name appears in his documents, but has insisted he did not have a close relationship with the convicted sex trafficker.
In 2023, the relationship between Ungaro and Zampolli collapsed. After becoming public, explicit text messages Zampolli allegedly sent to a sex worker became a public scandal. Ungaro ended the relationship, moved to Florida, and married a Brazilian physician. She and Zampolli then entered a bitter legal battle over custody of their teenage son. Then came June 2025. According to Ungaro, 10 police officers stormed the home she shared with her husband in Aventura, Florida. She and her husband were arrested and charged with fraud related to a cosmetic clinic, allegedly stemming from an anonymous tip. Ungaro pleaded not guilty and says she has no prior criminal record. Shortly after the arrest, immigration authorities discovered her visa had expired years earlier. She was detained by ICE. The New York Times then reported something explosive. Zampolli had contacted a senior official at Immigration and Customs Enforcement to ask whether Ungaro could be placed in ICE custody during the custody dispute over their son. Zampolli has denied asking ICE for any favor. The Department of Homeland Security issued a statement insisting Ungaro was detained and deported solely because of her expired visa and fraud charges, and that any suggestion she was arrested for political reasons is false. But Ungaro tells a different story. She described her time in ICE detention as hellish. She said she was held in a facility with over 120 people, where the floor was constantly wet, there were no windows, and she went 4 days without seeing the sun. She said she came out infested with lice. She was eventually transferred to a facility in Louisiana before being deported back to Brazil, arriving with nothing but the prison uniform on her back, the country she had left at 13 years old to pursue a modeling career. Now she is in Rio de Janeiro, and she is angry. On April 8th and 9th, 2026, a series of posts appeared on X under Ungaro's verified account that set the internet on fire. She posted directly at Melania Trump. "Hello, Melania. I was around you for 20 years, so shut your mouth when speaking about me, because I will expose everything I know." In a separate post, she wrote, "I will tear down your corrupt system, even if it is the last thing I do in my life. I will go all the way. I am not afraid. Maybe you should be afraid of what I know, of who you are and who your husband is." In another post, she added, "I have nothing left to lose in my life. I will tear down the entire system. Be careful with me." She also directly addressed Attorney General Pam Bondi, writing, "Are you already aware of the situation? Do you fully understand the extent of the information I possess regarding you and the individuals associated with you? I strongly advise you to consider the seriousness of these matters." Then, less than 24 hours after those posts went live, something unusual happened at the White House. On April 10th, 2026, Melania Trump, who rarely holds press events and has largely stayed out of the public eye since returning to the White House, called a surprise press conference in the Grand Foyer. Speaking without taking questions, she said, "The lies linking me with the disgraceful Jeffrey Epstein need to end today." She denied that Epstein introduced her to Donald Trump. She denied ever being on his plane or his island. She called the allegations baseless and described them as mean-spirited attempts to defame my reputation. And then she walked away. The timing of that statement, coming just hours after Ungaro's viral posts, was immediately noted by journalists and social media users around the country. Notably, Melania's statement did not mention Zampolli by name, offered no defense of her husband, whose name appears in Epstein-adjacent documents far more extensively, and declined to address any of the specific claims Ungaro was making about the ICE detention situation.
A spokesperson for Melania Trump had previously told the Daily Beast that the First Lady has no knowledge of nor involvement in the personal affairs of Mr. Zampolli and Ms. Ungaro, and that she has had no contact or engagement with ICE. Zampolli, for his part, doubled down on Melania's Epstein denial, telling the Daily Beast he is the one who introduced them at a dinner party and that he is ready to testify in front of Congress to that effect. He described the idea of Epstein introducing the Trumps as totally nonsense. He also addressed his relationship with Ungaro, telling reporters that his time with the mother of his son was very difficult and that he sticks around for his son's sake. What makes all of this so explosive is the web of connections at the center of it. Zampolli, the man who introduced Melania to Donald Trump, is also the man whose name appears in the Epstein files. He is also the man now serving as Trump's special envoy for global partnerships, a position that appears to have been created specifically for him. He is also the man who allegedly reached out to ICE officials during a custody battle with the mother of his child. And that woman, now in Brazil with nothing, is threatening to expose everything she says she knows about all of them. None of Ungaro's specific claims about what she plans to expose have been verified or confirmed by major news outlets. Melania has denied any Epstein connection. Zampolli has denied using ICE as a tool in the custody battle. DHS has denied political motivation behind the deportation. But the broader facts, including Ungaro's flight on Epstein's plane as a teenager, Zampoli's documented appearances in the Epstein files, the undeniable social ties between this entire circle and the first family, and the extraordinary decision by Melania Trump to call an unscheduled press conference within hours of those posts going viral, are all on the public record. What Amanda Ungaro says she knows and what she actually plans to do with it remains to be seen. But what is already clear is that this story has rattled the White House enough to prompt a rare and defensive public statement from the most private First Lady in modern American history. And that alone tells you something significant is happening beneath the surface.